Obviously, it's a tough day around here, and I wonder, maybe like it did for the Lions after the passing of Bobby Ackles, can emotion work in this team's favor now on Saturday or not?
I don't know about it working for us, but it is a sad day around here. Coach Lancaster he's a legend of this place, of writers, lore, and really not just here, but the entire CFL. His passing is really makes it a somber day.
Have you had any sort of talk to Ron? Have you had any sort of discussions with him?
I have talked with him, but I had an opportunity to coach against him. I know him as coach as opposed to Ron, but we did talk a few times, and when I was named the head coach here, he was very kind enough to call and offer me personal congratulations, and it was that was a good thing.
This shows maybe the type of man we're all trying to find out, the type of man he is. I think that call probably says a lot about the type of person he was.
Absolutely, he was centered in others. Certainly was.
What kind of an impact did he have overall on Saskatchewan and on the fans, do you think?
Well, I'm a fairly newcomer here, but everywhere I go, people know who Ron Lancaster is and was, and what he meant to this place as a player and as a coach, as a teacher in the school systems here. So just a tremendous individual who had tremendous impact on this particular place and across Canada.
So next more questions now?
More injuries?
And 8.
A million emotions. Ron was such a legendary guy, and yet such a simple man in terms of his warmth, his genuineness, and I think that my favorite memory will be this 1966 Grey Cup reunion. I was working for CBC then, and happened to be staying at the Hotel Sask where they were, and seeing him Bev all weekend, and the genuine joy, in his face, the twinkle in his eyes when he was around all those guys, and what it meant to be with them, what it meant to be a part of that team, and people that didn't know him will talk about his numbers, we'll talk about the championships, the 50,000 yards passing, the most outstanding player awards, but those of us that knew him will remember the relationships, and I think that weekend you saw what life was really about, was relationships.
Been a tough year for the CFL, Ronnie, Bobby Ackles, Earl Lunsford.
It's I remember my grandfather telling me once that when he was in his 70s, sitting on the front porch, looking at a friend of his who's not in good health, he said, a lifetime is truly no time at all. And, driving up today, seeing the huge picture of Ron on the outside of the stadium, and, looking at that jersey, realizing our number here is 569 2323 in honor of him, it's a million emotions. I feel fortunate that I was one of many that knew him. I feel grateful for all that he did for the league and for this province, and respected what he accomplished as a person, as a coach, but more respected the kind of human being he was. Not only a great husband and father, but God, he loved his grandson Mark. I saw Mark yesterday, and how much he cared for Mark, how good he was, and he will continue to live through Mark, I guarantee you that.
It's safe to say it's going to be a very emotional night here Saturday?
Yeah, well, I think what you'll see is, after we all get over the initial shock, I think a sense of gratitude for the life. I think you'll see Saturday. I think you'll see a celebration of life. That's what Ron was about. That's how he lived. He was an optimist. He always had a smile. He lived a full life, and I think you'll see Saturday a gathering of people that are, brought together by the love of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. He represents this organization, he and George Reed, at a level that no one else ever has or probably ever will. And I think it's fitting that we'll come together to hopefully have a big win and honor him.
What do you think they're going to do for anything special or more special? An idea yet?
I don't at this point. Obviously, that will be Jim's decision. But I think it's less about the formality and more about the feeling and the emotion. There'll be a lot of love in this stadium that will cross generations. Saturday night, a lot of people look out in this field. Remember, 23 playing, and there'll be people that will remember coming to games with their fathers, coming to games with their grandfathers, bringing their children to games. It's that's part of the beauty of sport. It connects people with families, it connects neighbors with neighbors, communities with one another. And Ron had a special life. He impacted a lot of people, and he certainly impacted this province and this league in a very special way.
It's a good time to close in football season too, though. Isn't it kind of fitting that it's a beautiful day in Saskatchewan? We've got a full house. This is.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's. I know that he. His philosophy about life was a little bit like football. Go the next play, and I remember talking to him once when I had gotten crossed with someone and something I was not happy about, and he basically said, look, there are going to be interceptions in life, and you're going to throw some, and other people are going to throw some. Go for it, go for it, put it behind you, become a better person, go forward. And today I can hear the voice today that he told me that loudly and clearly. He was a good man.